Look at that hair. Hey kids, how you guys this morning, huh? So out here by the Peonies today, and it's pretty interesting stuff. Look at this. Can you see around the base how it looks like snow? Actually looks like snow on the ground. Not snow. That's from the aspen trees. That's the fluff, cottonwood fluff. But look how nice the peonies are doing, huh? Look at that. They're doing beautifully. Yeah. You know, I was kind of hoping this is year 2 for these. We didn't plan on this past fall, but the previous fall. So this coming September will make 24 months old. And I was really hoping that we'd be getting up more stems than what we're getting now. In other words, you can kind of see a plant, it'll have, like that one just has 2 stamps, two, or that one 2, that one just 1. See, they only have 1 or 2 stems, some of them. Some of them are much better. These guys here, are much better. You see, I gotta get weeded out here. Gotta spend some time pulling grass and getting the weeding done. But looks like we've got this year about, well, that bed's about 80%. This bed is quite a bit less. I'd say maybe 75%. See, there's a lot of empty holes. There's a lot of spots where there's no plant coming up. Yeah, this bed, this variety, because this is a different variety here in this bed than that bed. This variety didn't do quite so well. Oh, which is interesting. This bed did a whole lot better than that bed, and a different variety. I've got them written down up at the house. I'll have to pull them up and see what the varieties are. But yeah, this is my peony test beds. We only planted about 500 roots. Out of that, I'd say we've got maybe 400, 375, somewhere in there, that are that have made it through to the 2nd year. So what to do? Is that good? Is that sufficient? You know, these roots cost like $6 a piece, not including shipping. And by the time you figure the shipping, building these beds, the Typar, you know, I'm into them for about $9 a piece. And if I'm not getting great production out of them, then I got to question that. You know, that bed there, there's a lot of empty holes. There's a lot of empty holes without anything coming in. This bed, much better. This bed did much better, but that one not so great. So these beds are 25 feet long, wide, 25 feet wide, and they're 100 foot long. And there's 4 rows. And I think, I don't remember what my spacing was. I think it's like every 18 foot and a half or something. I think 18 inches, yeah, 1.5 foot. So, well, a lot of buggies out here this morning. It's early, about 7 a.m. 38 degrees this morning when I woke up. 38. Now it's getting a lot warmer than that now. Yesterday we had a high of 70, which is not bad for up here in Alaska. This time of year, though, it'll warm up. Surprisingly, where we're at, we've got some extreme temperature ranges. We've had days where it's gotten up into the 90s here during the summertime, and then we've had 3 weeks in a row of minus 30. So it's a pretty broad temperature spectrum for here. I've got to get a bigger mower. I bought a push mower and I was gonna mow off all my fields and stuff with it. But what I'm finding is the topography in my fields is too rough for a walk behind mower. I need something bigger with more ground clearance, which is unfortunate because I was kind of looking forward to the exercise. And you see where I had pigs and cows in here before. Look how nice the grass is doing. I mean, it's really doing nice. So this field over here is not really a field, it's just some woods I'm recovering and recouping and returning back into pasture. Got a bunch of young trees growing. Playing with her water dish. Lily, what are you doing? Oh, she's something. She's something, all right. Look at her, she's running around. She's running around with a damn water dish. What are you doing? What are you doing, huh? What are you doing, you silly dog? You silly dog. She's so proud of herself. Anyhow, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to buy a riding mower. So I've got something, it's got more ground clearance, bigger. So I can mow off these fields, get these trees knocked down, get this grass knocked down. Ideally, if I was planning on staying here, I would get some, you know, dairy calves or something. Let them mow this off. But I'm not going to be here, hopefully, that long term. Things work out well. I'm hoping to be in Ohio this time next year. So I don't want to make too much of a investment in infrastructure just to have to turn around and, you know, return it to cash, because I'm certainly not going to transport livestock. Made that mistake moving up here from Montana. We transported a bunch of goats. That was ridiculous, very expensive. I'll never do that again. The problem is the laws in Canada, importing and exporting, because that's what you're doing. If you bring goats up from the lower 48 and bring them up here to Alaska, then you are both importing and exporting. Okay, that's enough of that. Took her little water dish away so we can have some peace and quiet. But anyhow, you're both importing and exporting. Oh, look at that backlit. Wow, huh? You're both importing and exporting, and Canada is just a bear with trying to deal with that kind of stuff. They're just a bear. So, boy, I don't know. Grow it back out so it'll lay flat again, or shave it off. What do you guys think, huh? What's your vote? Shave it all off? This too? Wow. Anyhow, so the peonies, I don't know. They're not doing great. They're coming along, but they're not doing great. So, well, you know, the one variety is doing great. The other variety is not doing great. But if I'm not going to stay here, I guess it doesn't matter, you know. I can sell whoever buys the property. They can decide whether or not they want to go into commercial peony growth or not. It could work here. You know, you stick with the varieties that do well and invest the time to pick out and choose the ones that are going to do well and eliminate the ones that don't, and it could be viable. It's a viable business model for up here. It's something somebody could do for a living. Just takes, you know, like anything else, just takes some work. But okay, so I took the thing away from her, and now she's found a can to crinkle and make noise with. Ah, she's such a goofy dog. Lily, what are you doing? Come here. Right here. Come here. Thank you. Hard to do these vlogs with her making so much noise. No. Leave it. Leave it. See her being goofy? You see her being goofy? You like my pants? Lily jumped up on me and hooked her nails into the pants and just tore them. Oh well. I guess I need to trim her toenails. Anyhow, today we're going to work on finishing up the foundation for the storage building. Get that graded up, then I can move the greenhouses, get the tools all situated where they need to be, run the water lines to the cabin, start the next project. So a lot of work to do. I've got, what are we, at the end of May? I've got June, July, August. So I've got 90, maybe 120 days before snow falls. So there's a lot to do in that 120 days. Because I got to continue working too at the same time. So I gotta do my real estate stuff and post these videos, build the farm, stuff up. Got a lot of animals coming. I ordered from Murray McMurray, the hatchery that I prefer dealing with. I ordered some khaki Campbells, some laying ducks, some Emden geese. I bought some turkeys, some giant whites, and some bronzes. Turkeys kind of ticked me off. You know, I only wanted a couple, but Murray McMurray, you have to order 15. They won't ship unless you get at least 15. No doubt because they need that many bodies in the box to stay warm, and you know, I guess I can understand that. They're not shipping them with anything else. That's a separate shipment coming by themselves. But I don't need 15 turkeys. So I'm going to have 15 turkeys, which means I'm probably going to end up with 10 because, like I said before, turkeys spend their entire day trying to figure out more creative ways to die. But we'll see how that goes. I got 15 turkeys, some Emden geese, khaki Campbell ducks, and some silver-laced, no, not silver-laced, some Colombian Wyandottes. And I think I ordered some black Australorp laying hens as well. Really in a quandary about getting meat birds this year. It's just me. You know, maybe get 20 or 30. There's one greenhouse over here that you can see that's collapsed. We use that one actually as a greenhouse. And I think I might, you know, take that down, clean that up, which of course I'm going to do anyway. But maybe just put another greenhouse back over top of that and use that to do a garden in, maybe some hydroponics, maybe, or maybe just put livestock in. You know, put the meat birds in there and roast them out or grow them out. They do particularly well. We use these things called Ohio brooders, and I'll show you those at some future date. And they work pretty well with dealing with large numbers of chicks and keeping them warm. So maybe I'll do that. This is about the right time of year. It's finally warm enough now. I don't know, 38 degrees this morning. Pretty cold, but warm enough now. So anyhow, those are the plans for this morning. Miss Lily's beating my leg with a stick now because I took her can away from her and I took her water dish away from her. So now she's found a stick that she's beating me with. Whoa, mosquito tried to get me. Sorry about that. They're just all over me. I got bug spray on, but that's Alaska. Beautiful morning this morning. Really nice. Got the chores done already. I do the chores first thing in the morning. Animals get fed before I do. They get their food and water before I get anything. That's always been my rule. It's always been the rules in our house. You do your chores first, then you can have your breakfast. You got to earn it. God, look at that hair sticking up. Wow. Hey, I guess, you know, with today's day and age with the young guys, that's like the new fashion, right? Having the hair just stick up like that. Watch these videos, you know, like Casey Neistat and that, and man, their hair, it seems like the more the hair's a disaster, I guess the more in style it is today. Isn't that funny how things turn around, you know? Back in the 50s, everything had to be slicked down, and you know, you had the little greased down ducktails. Every hair had to be just exactly in the right place, and today all the hair is just sticking out everywhere. Yep, that qualifies as sticking out everywhere. So I really laugh at human beings. We're so funny, aren't we? Well, I'm going to end this here, guys. You guys have a great morning. We'll talk to you more later.